Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Testing. Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. Singer. Mic check, 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Because it's very far also, must come here. It must come in the center. No, yeah, it's fine. It does not pull out. Yeah, put it back, put it back, put it back. Yeah, you just put it, then it's in the center. But then it must not move up down this. See, where is the other one that's normal here? Where is the other one? No, we should stop this thing, eh? Why did you bleed it? It's moving up like this. Hello? 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 Okay. Hello? Yes, we are there. Good morning. Just before we start, let me respectfully request that we all put our phone on silence, if not off, because they can be very disturbing. Also, the restroom, in case you do not know, they are outside this hall. As you go out that door and you go straight, the restroom will be on your right, just in case you nature calls. We will be starting very soon. Just bear with us. Thank you. We are about to start. Our principals are not far. Very soon they will be reaching the hall. As usual, we raise to receive them. Are they coming? Okay. No. You have said yes, we are waiting. Please, may we all rise to receive Her Excellency, President of our Republic and her entourage. You may be seated. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia and Commander-in-Chief of the Namibian Force. Your Excellency, Comrade Lucia Witbooi, Vice President, Right Honorable Dr. Elijah Ngurare, Prime Minister, Honorable Natangwe Ithete, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Industry, Mines and Energy. I did not see the Secretary General of the SWAP Party, Honorable Sophia Shaningwa, Honorable Ministers present, distinguished invited guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I have the honor and profound privilege to welcome you all at State House and in particular to this very important events, the announcement of regional governors hosted in this very banquet hall. You may recall on Friday, March 21st, exactly 7 days ago, in this very banquet hall, Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah was inaugurated as the 5th President of the Republic of Namibia and Commander-in-Chief of the Namibian Defense Force. A day after, that is on Saturday, 22nd March 2025, in the same hall, Her Excellency, Comrade President, appointed and presented to the Namibian nation members of her first cabinet. This indeed was Comrade President's first national engagement. Today, we are all gathered here, and this event is live streamed, meaning that Namibians who are not part of this gathering are able to, or are part of this event, either through televisions, cell phones, radio, or any other electronic gadget to witness yet another milestone when His Excellency, President of the Republic, make this very important announcement. Your Excellency, Comrade Vice President, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, distinguished guests, please join me as I now have a singular honor and privilege to invite Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia and Commander-in-Chief of the Namibian Defense Force, to come to the podium to deliver a very important statement to the nation. Your Excellency, you have the floor, Comrade President.
Oh, please be seated. Thank you, Director of Ceremony, Comrade Nango Ipumbu, who's the National Chief of Protocol. Your Excellency, Comrade Lucia Wetboy, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Right Honorable Dr. Elijah Ngurare, Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia, Honorable Natango Ithete, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Industry, Mines and Energy, Honorable Comrade Sophia Nango Shaningwa, Secretary General of the SWAPO Party, Honorable Ministers, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks the 6th day of the 8th administration, and I welcome you all to this important occasion when I'll announce the appointment of 7 regional governors. Article 111A1, Article 111A, subsection 1 of the Namibian Constitution, read together with the provision of the special advisors and regional governors appointment as amended or amended Act 2010, Act number 15 of 2010, empowers the President to appoint regional governors who, and I quote, shall serve at the behest of the President, and they are the political head in the regions. In terms of Section 2 of the same article, the role of regional governors cannot be overemphasized as we embark in earnest with the work of the 8th administration. Regional governors, as appointed by the President, are obliged to promote, develop, enhance service delivery, and represent the interest of the state at the regional level, as provided for in Article 132 of the Namibian Constitution. They represent the interest of the central government, ensuring that policies and programs are effectively implemented in our unitary state. It means that the individual I'm appointing today must work hard to carry out the mandate which the Namibian people bestowed upon us through SWAPO Party Election Manifesto. In the manifesto, we committed to deal with high unemployment rate, especially among the youth, which is a barrier to social progress, national cohesion, and prosperity. We have also vowed to address the housing backlog, disparity in access to basic services, in particular in the informal settlement and between urban and rural areas. I must point out that climate change has negative impact on the livelihood of our people, causing strategies such as drought, water scarcity, excess rain, and land erosion, leading to poor agricultural output and food insecurity. Furthermore, poor governance issues are eroding public trust in the work of the government. To address these issues and many other challenges confronting our nation, we must implement the SWAPO Party Election Manifesto for 2025-2030 on the basis of the implementation plan, which is adopted by the government of Namibia through the cabinet. I have to make it very clear that this implementation has to be carried out together with the other planned national development programs which are already in course. As appointees of the President, regional governors perform critical functions by assisting the President in overseeing the administration of our 14 regions. As part of one government and on the basis of the principle of one heart, one mind, regional governors must contribute proactively to bring about the much-needed change in the living standard of our peoples. Governors must inform the President timely in all matters of great concern as they happen in their respective regions. So therefore, as representative of the President, you have an open line and direct contact with the President should there be an urgent matter that need to be addressed at the regional level. Having said that, I now have the honor to appoint the following persons to the position of regional governor in their respective regions. 1, Honorable Werner Sinimbo as governor of Kavango West Region. Honorable Julius Hamnyera Hamzuka as governor of the Kavango East Region. Honorable Saki Kasindi as governor of Oshkoto Region. Honorable Vepakuje Mwaharukwa as the governor of Kunene Region. Honorable John Julius Kamsep as the governor for Chodonjupa Region. Honorable Sam Safishuna Nuyoma Jr. as the governor of Commerce Region. And Honorable Rian Charles McNabb as the governor of Hardap Region. Comrades, let me congratulate all of you on your appointment as governors in your respective regions. In appointing you, I have trust and confidence in you to serve the nation to the best of your ability, with no favor, no nepotism. I consider you as people of integrity, and I expected nothing less from you in executing your duties. Unethical behavior, which is equal to corruption, will undermine development and should be avoided at all times in performing your duties among the people you serve and those you work with. You must safeguard against unethical behavior with all the people you are working with as political heads in the regions. Remember what I have said during our victory rally. I said, and I emphasize on this, there shall be no business as usual. And lack of implementation of government policies and programs will not be accepted. I also do not want to hear the public complaining about issues for which you must provide solutions and they are not attended to. You must therefore stand ready to address those issues within the scope of your responsibility without delay. In the execution of your work, it's important to collaborate and to involve the communities and other stakeholders in your areas of responsibility in order to ensure ownership of all that is being done in the interest of the Namibian people. You must plan collectively by collaborating with the regional councils and the local authorities, by also including traditional leaders, churches, business, and community leaders, as well as other stakeholders who can make a positive and meaningful contribution to the regional development. Our focus is to take our people out of poverty. And that must be a common denominator for each and every Namibian who's in the employment of the government and all Namibians of goodwill, be it in the private sector or non-governmental organization or civil societies. Honorable governors, I have chosen you out of many other equally capable Namibians. And that is because I believe that you have the capability and the ability to effectively deliver service to our people. It must therefore be underscored that effective service delivery must be your password in executing your daily work. The people of Namibia have voted for SWAPO and myself based on the pronouncements that I've been making. And service delivery has been always emphasized by myself, and I will continue to emphasize on it, and I want to see it put in action. It must also be pointed out that your work will be closely monitored. In order to ensure effective service delivery, you must be available to address problems in your respective regions in consultation with offices, ministries, and agencies as the situation demands. As I conclude, I urge all of you to take your responsibility seriously and to serve in the best interest of all Namibians. Let us all stand together in our commitment to better service delivery and to collaborate for a brighter future for our nation. Let me once again to congratulate you on your national and important responsibility, and I look forward to work with you. Once again, thank you for accepting, and to those present, thank you for having decided to be witness to what we are doing today and together to make them accountable. Thank you very much.
Certainly another round of applause. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, distinguished guests. You may be seated. Our President, addressing this gathering, she has pointed a lot of important, extremely very important message to the nation. One, no business as usual, but she also said, we as Namibians have a national responsibility to work very, very, very hard to make sure that we take our people out of poverty, and I quote. So that's extremely very, very important message that the governor should take along, that no Namibians tomorrow should be found under poverty. We are moving on with the program. I will now announce So I'll now have an honor to invite the Honorable Governor as appointed to come to the floor to receive their letters of appointment from the appointing authority, thus from our President, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. At the same time, on our program, we have a photo session, one-on-one, and later a group. So as you receive your letter, Honorable Governors, we also take a picture with Her Excellency, one-on-one. I will start. Honorable Venus Nimbo, Governor of Kavango West Region. Thank you. Honorable Julius Hamyera Habyuka, Governor of Kavango East Region. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Saki Kathindi, Governor of Oshkoto Region. Thank you. Honorable Vipakwie Muharukwa, Governor of Okunene Region. Okay. Honorable Johnny Julius Ngumseb, the Governor of Osuduba Region. Thank you. Honorable Sam Safishuna Nyoma Jr., Governor of Commerce Region. Thank you. Honorable Ryan Charles McNabb, Governor of Hartab Region. May I request all appointed governors just to take a group photo with their Excellency. Please come forward. Protocol help to arrange. Sitting. I think no, standing. May I, yes. Can we put 4 chairs in front there? Please, assist. Then I'll invite the Excellency Vice President, Prime Minister, and Deputy Prime Minister to join. We can say cheers. Governor, please smile. This is a very, very important occasion for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you. We can take our seats. We have to conclude. Please take up our seats. Take up our seat. No congratulations. Please remain seated. Please remain seated. You will do that later. Can we take a seat, please, Comrade Governor? Thank you. Your Excellency, Comrade President, distinguished invited guests, I now have the honor to invite Honorable Werner Sinimbo, Governor of Okavango West, to deliver a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Director of Proceedings, Ambassador Ipumbu, as well as our Chief of Protocol. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Excellency Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Right Honorable Dr. Elijah Ngurare, Prime Minister, our Deputy Prime Minister, Comrade Honorable Natangwe Ithete, as well as Minister of Industry, Mines and Energy. Allow me, Your Excellency, Comrade President, to honor and abide by the formalities of protocol already established. All protocol observed. It is both a profound honor and a humbling privilege to stand before you today on behalf of my fellow newly appointed regional governors. We express our sincere appreciation for the trust and confidence you have placed in us to serve our beloved Republic of Namibia, and particularly the regions you have assigned us to lead. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter in Namibia's democratic journey, one anchored in your leadership and guided by the values of public service, economic empowerment, and holistic well-being of every Namibian. We pledge to serve with integrity, accountability, and unwavering commitment, Your Excellency. We will be proactive, people-centered, solutions-driven as we contribute to the national agenda of inclusive growth and shared prosperity. Under your visionary leadership, Your Excellency, we are confident that Namibia is poised for a renewed era of progress, and we are ready to play our part in making that vision a reality. With unity of purpose and collective determination, we shall build a Namibia that is stronger, more inclusive, and more prosperous for generations to come. Your Excellency, allow me to extend our warmest congratulations on your historic inauguration as the first female President of the Republic of Namibia. Your election, Your Presidency, stands as a testament to the faith and trust that Namibians have in your visionary leadership. We also commend the successful formation of your new government. In particular, we extend our heartfelt congratulations on the appointment of Her Excellency Lucia Witbooi as Vice President, Right Honorable Dr. Elijah Ngurare as Prime Minister, Honorable Natangwe Ithete as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Industry and Mines and Energy, and to all ministers and deputy ministers. We further acknowledge and applaud the leadership of the National Assembly and extend congratulations to Honorable Dr. Sarah Kongelwa Madila for her election as Speaker, as well as Honorable Philippus Katamelo as Deputy Speaker. To my fellow regional governors, I offer my sincere congratulations to you as well. Our appointment is both a great honor and a solemn responsibility. We are duty-bound to bring development closer to our people, to stimulate regional economic growth, and to ensure that no citizen is left behind. No citizen is left behind. Our effectiveness will not be measured by speeches, but by the impact we make, by the lives we improve, the services we deliver, and trust we earn. As governors, we will work tirelessly to ensure local implementation of our national policies. As governors, Your Excellency, we reaffirm our commitment to the SWAPO Party Election Manifesto, which provides the policy blueprint for the next 5 years. Its priorities ranging from infrastructure development, food self-reliance, youth empowerment, social welfare, just to mention a few, resonates deeply with our mandate. We will strive to transform these priorities into tangible outcomes, ensuring that Manifesto becomes not just a political promise, but a living reality for the people of Namibia. My Namibia, my country, my pride. May God bless you, Your Excellency. May God bless our republic, and I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Governor. Since you failed in your duty not to thank yourself, let me take this opportunity to thank you for thanking us. Your Excellency, Comrade President, Comrade Vice President, Comrade Prime Minister, Comrade Deputy Prime Minister, Comrade Governors, distinguished guests, media, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the program this morning, and we have done very, very well. Within an hour, we are still a surplus of 15 minutes. Let me take this opportunity as a director of the program to thank you all for being a good audience and wish you the productive day. It's a Friday, I know, but still, we are looking for us to deliver. Once more, thank you very much, and I request that we all rise to allow the hard table to exit the hall. Thank you. Thank you. So the governors, with your family, you are free to stay, take pictures as you want. There's a fountain down there in the foyer. Please feel free to go and take pictures as you like. Thank you. Okay.
regional governors, and this is also part of series of announcements, appointments that the president has been making since taking office on the 21st of March as Namibia's fifth president as commander-in-chief. And now to talk to us more about what transpired today here at State House is a presidential press secretary, Dr. Alfredo Hengari. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Blanche.
So,
It's a pleasure for me to be here.
thank you so much for joining us. And now the appointments, President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah was quite stern in her, I would say, charge of office when it comes to what she expects from the newly appointed governors. So what were some of the considerations for the president to single out, especially the aspect of poverty, especially stressing that the office of regional governors need to work in cohesion together with the regional councils and all the stakeholders on board?
In her statement, the president rightly emphasized a number of key service delivery items, and that is based on the scale of the challenges the Namibian people are facing. The president highlighted climate change as having a serious impact on livelihoods, leading to poor agricultural output and food insecurity. The president highlighted the importance of dealing with the housing backlog that we are facing in the country. Shelter is a critical component in the prosperity of a nation, and the president made that point very clear. Governors, as the eyes and ears of the president in the region, play a very important role in coordinating the work of government in as far as service delivery is concerned. And it is for that reason why the president emphasized the important role that they play in their respective regions in terms of catalyzing development through service delivery. The president also mentioned the importance of integrity on the part of the individuals who are occupying these positions, because they are closer to the people and they interact with the people on a daily basis. Therefore, they must serve Namibians to the best of their ability. And the president also made a very critical point that the governors that were appointed today were chosen out of the Namibian population. There are equally other deserving Namibians, but they've been chosen because the president is convinced that the individuals who have been appointed today can carry out the very important mandate of transformation. The president has been emphasizing for the past few months, from a campaign, her election, and for the past 6 days as the President of the Republic of Namibia, that it will not be business as usual.
Yeah.
And that message is very clear
Now,
to
Dr.
everyone
Hengari,
in government.
even during the appointment of the executive, you correctly stated, the president mentioned that project implementation delays will not be tolerated. And we have also heard her also emphasizing it today. Another one is where she stated that there would be a dashboard to monitor the progress of the projects under implementation. And also the executive would have 3 months or have to prove themselves in the next 3 months. That's how it would be monitored. Can one say that would be the same, or that is the same for the appointed governors, judging from the speech of the president?
Indeed, the president in her charge sheet to the governors today made exactly that point, that the governors have the privilege of engaging with the president on a regular basis. But that implies big responsibilities. It implies consultation. It also implies feedback to the president, who will also monitor their work very closely, as President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah emphasized in a statement. Blanche, what I can tell you is that the past 7 days since the inauguration of the president have been quite eventful. It's an approach to governance that is focused on service delivery, that is focused on the bread and butter issues within our people. As we speak, the president has had lengthy one-on-one meetings with ministers, with the deputy prime minister, in order to emphasize the key performance indicators that are contained in their terms of reference. And today is yet another milestone in the work of the president for the past few days to demonstrate agency and commitment to serving the Namibian people.
All right, then. Well, thank you for that update, Dr. Hengari, as we continue to engage also the newly appointed governors. So, and I'm sure these are just, as I said, part of the series of announcements from the presidency side. So what else is up next?
Well, the Namibian public will be informed if and when the president is ready to make new appointments and adjustments to the government of the Republic of Namibia.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Dr. Hengari.
Thank you.
All right, then. Well, Presidential Press Secretary, Dr. Alfredo Hengari, just re-emphasizing the message of the President, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, upon the appointment of the 7 regional governors here at State House. And this is just the second appointment or batch of appointments that the President has made since assuming office on the 21st of March, after sworn in as Namibia's first female head of state and as the country's 5th head of state. Now, to talk to us more about the appointment is the former Deputy Minister of Trade and Industrialization, who is now the Governor of Kavango West region, that's Verna Sinimbo. Madam Sinimbo, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, I've listened to your speech that you delivered on behalf of the 7 newly appointed governors, yourself included, and you were quite clear in stating that the President's instructions, President's charge, will be implemented to the fullest. No stone would be left unturned. So, Governor, your immediate areas of focus. I remember when the President chaired the first cabinet meeting this week, she made reference to the fact that the appointees are not stepping into new offices. So at the same time, she doesn't want to hear anything about, I didn't find anything or there was nothing for me to do. So in this case, I'm sure that there's a lot of work on the desk that you are stepping into, Governor, but your priorities.
Thank you very much, Blanche. Like I really clearly stated it in my statement, first and foremost, I must go and acknowledge the leadership that is already in place, which is the regional council, the local authority council, the traditional authorities. And then together as a team, we should prioritize. And I know for Kavango West especially, we have enough land, water. So definitely you can't talk about Kavango West and not to think of how you can introduce or expand some of the agricultural activities that are there. Because when we talk about unemployment, these are some of the projects or programs that can really eradicate unemployment in that region. And of course, we need to really go and work as a team by bringing all our ideas on the table. I will not achieve anything if I have to work in isolation. So for me, I trust that the team or the authorities that are already in place with my office, we can really achieve what Kavango West can do as a region. So we need to make sure people have access to clean water, children have access or have access to go to school and so forth. So there's really a lot, and it's the priority is to ensure that most of those areas that are having challenges for Kavango West are addressed. And as I clearly also said that there's no time for speeches. We need to hit the ground running. So we need to go and make sure that we implement whatever plans we have. We want to see tangible results.
All right, then, well, Governor, I'm going to leave you to hit the ground running, as you just stated, and that was the newly appointed regional governor of Kavango West Region, Verna Sinumbo, who just promised, or who stated boldly here, that expansion of some of the agricultural projects, expansion of education facilities, as well as many more priority areas will be attended to as soon as possible. So we continue to engage the newly appointed governor, and the new governor of the Great Thomas region is none other than Sam Shafishuna Nujoma Jr., who is no stranger to public administration. So taking over from the governor, for now former governor Laura McLeod Kashira, but he is coming from City of Windhoek, hence I said he is no stranger to public administration. So Governor, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right then, so now Thomas is quite a vast area, vast region,
Yes.
with vast resources, but at the same time is facing a whole lot of challenges that requires immediate attention. And the president was quite clear that there should be no time delay in the implementation of government projects. The aim is to lift Namibians out of poverty. Governor.
Oh, thank you very much. I was dubbed junior today by Her Excellency. So it's it's such a surreal moment, and of course, just the confidence that she's placed in me as a young person to head the capital region. Of course, like you've said, I'm no stranger to public administration here in Khomas region. We have done a lot of good work at the City of Windhoek, but of course, implementation is what the people need now, and that is my duty now, is to really just be the link between the City of Windhoek, the regional council, and perhaps the traditional authorities that are in the region. But our goal, our unifying goal, should be service delivery. Land and housing and other developmental issues, we do need to tackle them. So that will be, it is a dream of mine, and it's coming, and it will be a reality thanks to Her Excellency, that I will be able to play a pivotal role a critical role in the development of Khomas region.
So land delivery, housing delivery. Now, Governor, you are also taking over, or you've been appointed at a time whereby residents are battling floods. Their belongings being destroyed and so on. And I know you've mentioned that your experience at City of Windhoek in crisis management would come in handy.
So shortly, I think a week or two ago, I have submitted a motion to council on the construction of roads, bridges, and walkways along the river, reinforcing the riverbeds along the City of Windhoek. We have done quite a lot of work with central government, with the previous administration, on something called the debt swap that was previously approved at council, I think just last month, where the city has given land over to central government for housing. And I played a role in in bringing this to council as I chaired one of the council subcommittees. And these are the things, with this knowledge, whatever was already approved by council. As you know, Khomas is a very special region, as Windhoek owns most of the land in Khomas region. So the local authority and the regional council do really need to hold hands and work together if we are going to do something good for our residents. And I believe we can. Like I said, a lot of good work has already been done.
The template is already made.
It's just the implementation.
Now it's just the implementation. Yes. Well, Governor, once again, congratulations, and thank you for joining us on the set as I continue to engage the newly appointed regional governors here at State House about their priority areas. That was the newly appointed governor of the Thomas region, Sam Shafishuna Nujoma. Nyoma Jr., who just outlined that his experience at the city of Windhoek as the councillor, or former councillor now there at city of Windhoek, would come in handy in terms of the execution of projects this time around on a regional level. And now joining me is also someone who is not a stranger to public administration, former regional councillor, who is now the newly appointed governor of the Hardap region, and that's Charles McNabb. Governor, once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Blanche.
Now, Governor, President was quite clear in terms of what she expects from the political or from governors as eyes and ears of the president within the regions. One of the expectations is for the governors to work together in cohesion, that is with the local authorities, with the regional councils and everyone in the region, that service delivery is non-negotiable among all the other expectations that she mentioned, Governor. I know you'll be stepping into an office that already has projects underway. As the President stated that she would not tolerate any delays in implementing projects which are ultimately aimed at delivering service to Namibians. So, Governor, just to share with us your immediate priority areas in that regard.
Thank you, Blanche. I must say good morning, Namibians, and specifically in particular Hardapians. Allow me to give God all the glory and also take this opportunity also to express my heartfelt appreciation to Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, for bestowing me this great honor of leading the people of Hardap region with pride, with passion, with love, dedication, hard work, and of course with unity. Unity is very important for me. We learned from our great four leaders that has gone past, our two past presidents, our former presidents, Her Excellency herself, the great exemplary character and legacy that is there, specifically with reference to our late founding father, His Excellency Dr. Semsa Fisho Nyoma, that says, a people united, striving to achieve the common good for all members of society, shall always emerge victorious. So in line with that, and in line with the set of principles that has been laid down by Her Excellency, the marching orders is there. I'm pleading with my lovely residents, beautiful residents of Hardap region, to unite. Unity is our sharp weapon for success.
Well, thank you for that, Governor. And you have heard as the Governor just baptized the residents of the region as the lovely Hardapians. You've heard that the Governor is appealing for unity in terms of the execution of projects, developmental projects, stating that he would need all the hands, he would need all the input from the residents of the region to deliver service as expected by the President, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah. We continue to engage the newly appointed regional governors, and joining me on set is someone who is also not a stranger to public administration, has been in the regional council and knows the expectations, firstly from the President and secondly from the regions, and that is now Mr. Amniera Hambiuka, who is the newly appointed governor of Kavango East region. Thank you so much, and congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, you are taking over a region that is dubbed as the breadbasket of the country, or is aiming to be the breadbasket of the country. I know that agriculture features quite strongly in the SWAPO Party manifesto. I know it also featured quite strongly in the inaugural speech of the president on the 21st of March, and your regions would be one of those on which we will be, as a nation, we will be focusing on when it comes to the agricultural output. Just your priority areas.
Thank you very much for having me, and you are rightly said it. Yes, as I'm appointed today as the new governor for Kavango East region, and you rightly said again that this is one of the regions ranging to be the basket of Namibia in terms of agriculture. So what I'm going to do is that I have to make sure that first we have to work together. And even if we are saying that the basket of Namibia, but it's still that these are one of the area or the regions which we are ranging to be the poorest region in Namibia. So for me, what I'm going to do, first you have to start to uniting the people of the region. You encourage them, you request them to work together as a team. When you build up to be as a team, then you start looking at what are the first priority which you have to tackle. Then we'll start with agriculture. So I'm happy that also the region this year is very, very green. So when it is green and it's fatal, that for us also to start then growing whatever seed we want to plant. So I think it is the right time now for us to start to work together as a team and then to start looking at our agriculture. It should feed the other regions. So we should start now to, not in a competition, but we have to look at to see what is that the region can produce and to share with the other regions. So that's the aim. I'm going to, the reinforcement I'm going to do, that we have to produce the things which we have to sell to the other regions.
Mm-hmm. And I really, from Thomas, I look forward to also procuring or to be fed by your regions. I know that during the campaign, President Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah undertook visits to several green schemes, looking at how they can be modernized and, as you correctly said, to start the intra-trade of agricultural produce in the country. So would that also be of priority to you?
Yes, as we were given the directive by His Excellency the President, and you are right that she visited almost the green schemes in the region. So what I will do, that I'll also start as my first priority to visit also the green, to acquire into myself what is happening at the green schemes. So, and to see what the problem they are facing. From there, we take it up with the management of the green schemes and myself and my office. So then we'll start working, and then we'll encourage also people to get involved in agriculture. So I will not foresee, or I will not enjoy seeing people just sitting for the whole day. So we should now start working on our own. We should now start standing up in the morning and say that this is what I'm going to do. We have to calculate the time. When you are awake, you wake up at 7 o'clock, then you start counting and said, from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, what is that I'm going to do? From 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, that's what I'm going to do. And then the next day you have, or the evening, you have to evaluate yourself. What did you do the last day? So if you didn't count it, you have a 0% last night or last day. So the next day you have to shape up for you to pull up, to stand up strong and say, here I am, I'm going to do something. So we should encourage people, this tendency of us sleeping for 12 hours, 13 hours, we should avoid these things of just sleeping. People should start thinking now. When you are thinking, then the next morning you start implementing what you were thinking in the evening.
So it's all about time management for the residents of the region.
Yes.
All right, then, Governor.
So as a representative of the President, I will make sure that we have to calculate the time. As we were told today that we have to quarterly, we have to submit a report. Said I will make sure that I should not fail for me not to submit a report quarterly. I have to submit. And what I have to submit, I have to see it myself, not a person telling me that then I have to submit. I have to see it myself. Physically, I have to touch it and give a report to His Excellency the President.
Thank you so much, Governor, and all the best of luck in leading from the front when it comes to encouraging the residents of the region to be at the forefront of making sure that the region becomes what the government has envisaged it to be, that is now to be the breadbasket of Namibia.
Thank you very much, and I wish that my people should start counting on me. So when I report myself, we should start working.
Right.
There's no time spare for us to play games and whatever. Now we have to work. It's time to work.
Now you have heard the residents of Kavango West region that the newly appointed regional governor, Mniera Hambuka, is going to spare no effort, that is now to make sure that the region is productive, the region meets the expectations of the appointing authority, and also that the plans or the projects are implemented without any delay. We continue to engage the newly appointed regional governors, and joining me now on set is the governor of Oshkoto region, that's Saki Kathindi. First of all, sir, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us right here on this set as we continue to engage the regional governors. Just to talk to us about your priority areas. I know the president has outlined her expectations, made it clear that governors as eyes and ears of the central government on the ground. There should be no delays in implementing projects which are aimed at lifting Namibians, firstly, Namibians out of poverty.
Thank you. I'm a product of Oshkoto. I was born and bred in Oshkoto. I knew Oshkoto. And I knew Oshkoto is a vast region, and each region got its own political dynamics. And Oshkoto is not exceptional. So the best thing for me to do is to go back home. I knew there are challenges, but success too. My predecessors has been there, the team is there. It's for me to go back home and unpack, to understand where are we, what are the challenges, what can be done, how can we do it. I believe in teamwork and collective decision.
And you correctly mentioned, Governor, that Oshkoto is quite a vast region, but and there are successes, there are challenges. Now, listening to the president's speech shortly before the major announcement was made with regard to the appointment, saying that agriculture, saying that regional governors must work together with the traditional authorities in the area, work together with the regional councils and all the stakeholders to ensure the success, and as well as to make sure that project implementation is not delayed. This is something that the president has been stressing from the executive, now trickling down to regional leadership. So how do you intend on making sure that the projects of the regional government, of the central government, are not delayed in Oshkoto region?
As I said earlier, that I believe in teamwork. For me to share more on this, I said I need
on the plans.
On the plans, yes. The president has been saying that, and she's passionate about agriculture. Although I knew Oshkoto is a dry region, but I knew plains are there, special singing boreholes, finding a way on how to harvest water. But the most and the critical step I will take is to engage the stakeholders. Firstly, so meaning we have the king, is to go to the traditional leader and all the stakeholders and business community too, so that at least we will work together and rub shoulders together to make sure service delivery is at the core.
It's not compromised. Well, thank you so much for that update, Governor. And that was the newly appointed governor of Oshkoto region, who has just emphasized that he believes in teamwork when it comes to executing duties who has made it clear that he will first have to engage the stakeholders in the region before major plans are announced. He will first have to see what the region has achieved so far and what are the plans that were in the pipeline from his immediate predecessor that he will be working on, but ultimately making sure that service delivery will not be compromised as per the expectation of the appointing authority. And joining me now on the set, last but not least, is the newly appointed governor of the Oshodon-Juba region, that's Governor John Khamuse. Governor, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now, Governor, the President's speech is that service must be delivered. Traditional authorities, regional councils, all the stakeholders must be engaged. That she expects less when it comes to governors becoming the eyes and ears of the central government on the ground. That is now to make sure government programs are understood, implemented, and received well in the respective regions. Oshodon-Juba being one of them, Governor.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for the appointment that was bestowed upon me. There was a clarion call that the SWAPO election manifesto must be implemented. It means that we are going to hit the ground running, or even diving, or even flying. Most important thing is try to find out what was going on the ground, and then try to complement that was on the ground. Involve the communities, involve the traditional leaders, and involve the stakeholders, the regional council, the chairperson of the regional council, the municipalities, the youth, because the future is female and youth. Youth are the most important people that would play a central role. Oshodon-Juba is known as a bread basket of Namibia. They are producing maize meal in the maize triangle. At the same time, it produces livestock. But we want also the livestock farmers to diversify. And then horticulture and food production was the overemphasis of the current president. We must stop import food from South Africa. We have the water. We have the fertile soil. Therefore, youth must be trained at Kaiklanahab and at Rietfontein. We must also train the trainer of the trainers and facilitator of the facilitators that will come and share their knowledge with the others on the ground. Although each and every person wants to go and get a white-collar job, it's impossible. But yet, you can see how sure are the prices at fruit and vegetable nowadays. But once we produce food and we are self-sufficient in food production, it will also drop the prices of food in Namibia. And that is one part that we should concentrate. The second part is also the question of available mines and the mines that are upcoming into our region. Yes. Then youth must be trained in that field. And at the same time, it is where they can be provided with jobs. For others who were not privileged to have mathematics and science, horticulture is the way to go. Here you don't need too much complicated knowledge, but produce food. At the same time, we must also produce fodder for our animal. We must also produce fodder for the chicken that we are raising at our farms. The children must be encouraged to go into poultry farming, where they can produce meat that will be provided to the factory here in Okahanja, and at the same time, they can produce eggs, and the price of eggs can even drop.
Well, thank you for that brief outline, Governor. I see that you have your work cut out as the regional governor, quite emphasizing also on what the president said when it comes to working together with the traditional authority leaders, regional councils, and all the stakeholders. So once again, congratulations, Governor, and all the best.
Thank you very much. I'm proud that I'm going back to my home. Our cousins said Ochiwarongo chomiti, ochiwarongo ongo mea kabirio gonjo. Others would say in Damara, ho bawada gira wa, kaya basa wada gira wa, I oda kaune mhuza wada gira wa, and then they would say, kakayanis kaune mtisengwa, ada kamen hobati.
Multicultured Ojodon Juba is, but nonetheless, congratulations once more, Governor, and all the best.
Thank you so much.
All right, then. The newly appointed Governor of the Ojodon Juba region, John Tamusep, who is just outlining the priority areas that is now in food and livestock, or food that is now the crop produce, as well as to expand the market for livestock farmers, stating that they ought to diversify and at the same time also just have they ought to diversify and at the same time just access markets. They ought to train the trainers. They ought to make sure that women and the youth, women and young people are taken care of. And we continue to engage the newly appointed governors, that the announcement that was just made by the president, that is Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, in appointing the governors, was quite stern, emphasizing that service delivery should not be compromised. It is on that basis through which she was elected as Namibia's fifth head of state, and that is now the clarion call for all the governors as eyes and ears of the central government on the region. I know I said last but not least with regard to the Ojodon Juba regional governor, but I saved the best for last. That is now the newly appointed governor of the Great Kunene region, and who is also no stranger to public office, and that's Vipua Muharukwa, from the former member of parliament and on PDM ticket, now a member of the ruling party, SWAPO party. And Governor, welcome on set. How are you?
Good afternoon, Branch. Thank you.
How are you? She's gorgeous, Governor. She's really gorgeous. I just had to skip her, but she's really gorgeous.
Thank you.
Before I start with you, Governor, I would also just love to engage the lovely young lady here just to tell us about herself and how she feels about, she saw the first female president of the country, and what does that mean for you?
It means for me that women can do anything, and you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
Mm-hmm. And your name, Mami?
Queen Kamoses.
Queen Kamoses, you see? So you heard that, Governor, women can do anything, and that women, if you put anything to your mind, we can achieve it. And thank you so much for those wise words, Queen. Indeed, she's a queen. Now, Governor, the priority areas when it comes to service delivery, I know Kunene is quite vast, but with vast natural resources as well. And the president made it clear that people expect service delivery. Nothing should be compromised in that regard.
Thank you very much, Blanche. It is indeed an honor for me to be sitting here today. And Queen here, I asked to sit with me deliberately, and simply because of the fact that you have of what you've said. Kunene region is vast. Not only is it vast, it's a diverse region. You would have young girls looking like Queen from the Damara community. You would have young men looking like me from the Ovahimba community. You would have young men who are white, the Afrikaner community. You have San young men. You have the Rimfasmaker. Indeed, it is an honor, the level of trust that the president has bestowed upon myself as an individual and all of us as governors. It's a responsibility that one does not take lightly. It's a responsibility that one, when you look at that diversity, that needs the level of maturity to ensure that her policies, the government's policies, the SWAPO party's policies reach Namibians. And when they do, you can be rest assured, Blanche, Namibians will be happy. Once during the campaigns, just before the heat and the start of the proper campaigns, Her Excellency he greeted me and said, "Mwaruka ka nave." Listen to what the leader is saying. That is what you must take on the campaign, because those are the policies of the president. I want to start with what she said today, and it might sound a bit of a repetition because I've spoken to a number of media houses. Today, the president emphasized on service delivery. She emphasized unemployment. She has emphasized the need to have integrity. She has emphasized the need to know that there is an open line call to her as president. What is that saying? How do we as people, as governors, as government, know where we are falling short in terms of service delivery? You cannot unless you're in touch with the people. But at the same time, it would be impossible to be in Varamkwele, to be in Korihas, to be in Ocho, all simultaneously. But problems do arise simultaneously. Therefore, one of my first duties to ensure that we do not lack in service delivery is to ensure that the governor's office has a system in place, that the regional office, together the whole regional leadership, has in place a system in terms whereof people are able to bring their problems. When we receive these problems, we would then have the ability to cluster them to say that this is a national problem, this is a regional problem, this is a local problem, yes, this is a constituency problem, this is an individual problem. So it would make it better for me to ensure that when I'm informing the president of whatever is going on in the region, I am well informed in good time so that we can properly deliver service. If you look at what the president generally has emphasized on, the president has emphasized on healthcare. The president has emphasized on education. The president has emphasized on unemployment and agriculture. When we are talking, say for instance, unemployment, it is important and incumbent upon our region as probably one of the first things that I will do as governor, of course, other than visiting regional authorities, visiting regional leaders such as clergymen and traditional authorities. One of the first things that one will do, other than putting in a problem-solving system, is to ensure that unemployment stops becoming a statistic. We must individualize unemployment. Who is unemployed? Not just 20% in Kamanyap, in Sesfontein, in Okaukotavi. It must be Blanche Gorases, Queen is unemployed. These are her abilities. This is where she wants to go. Yes, these are the obstacles. Why is one proposing that as one of the solutions? So that the region can have readily available not just statistics, but capabilities within the region when opportunities arise, to say that we have these young people with this sort of skills, with this sort of education, and please choose from them.
Governor, and the fact that the region is also a recent beneficiary of a VTC, a first of its kind in the region. So the president emphasizing and yourself re-emphasizing on her point with regard to education, would you also be at the forefront in terms of instilling that confidence to young people like Queen herself few years from now to take up vocational studies?
Yes. If you look at what the president's, one of the president's policies, other than, I've mentioned education. I went to schools where upon entering a school, the atmosphere in that school points out to a serious institution of education. I went to Ocho Primary School. I went to Yanmore. I also went to Opua Primary School for the first 3 years of my education. The environment is very, very important. Before I come to the substantive issue in your question, the environment is very, very important. So therefore, coming to the third thing that I intend to do in the region is to ensure that schools, the outward look of our schools, depict serious institutions. And some of these things, and instilling this culture of accountability and responsibility, can be as I don't want to use the word simple, but can be as easy as a school being able to plant. And I'm committing myself personally as an individual to ensure that we have 5 schools that I am going to donate to trees, that to transform the environment of that school. What is the importance of that, Blanche? It is when you go to a philanthropist or an NGO requesting for a library for a specific school, if whoever the project manager is come to a school that is dry, that is laden with litter, that person will go back to and ask or donate second-hand books. But if they come to an institution that looks serious outwardly, that person, when they are going back, they will say, well, I want to help this school. Let us have laptops in their library. So that is the importance of that outward look. Our young people, you are right and you are true. We are still caught in this phase where we think a country is built by doctors, lawyers, accountants. Those professions are important. I'm a legal practitioner. Those things are important indeed. But when I need someone to seal my roof, I go and get someone who is not a lawyer. And sometimes the clients that these artisans serve in an hour is far more than what, say for instance, a legal practitioner would serve. And in terms of monetary income per hour, some of these artisans are pretty much close to these professionals. So yes, indeed, it is incumbent. And our kids and our students will only be made to understand that with awareness. Once I was giving a talk in Opuo where I was saying, you see, you cannot dream of what you don't know. You can only know once you are exposed. And sometimes it is difficult for our children to leave town and be exposed, to leave our localities and be exposed. So 2 things can happen. Exposure must come, or you must internalize it through reading. Therefore, it becomes very, very important that as political regional head of a government, of a president, Her Excellency Nandi Netumbo Ndaitwah, who says, when I'm in government during the campaigns, I want to fix the education system. It is therefore important that I, as governor, bring energy to that policy.
To put a face to the policy,
Yes.
as we would say in media.
Quite correct.
Well, Governor, thank you so much. Or should I also repeat after the President, Muharukwa Kanave? Thank you so much for
Thank you
that
so much.
update, Governor. And Queen? Thanking your
thank you,
governor.
Namibia. Thank you, Governor.
All right then. Well, the newly appointed governor of Kunene region, Vipua Muharukwa, as well as his lovely guest, Queen Xamuzes, joining us, or who joined us right here on the set, just outlining the priorities of the office of the governor and that of the central government as headed by the president, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, who made it clear that there would be she won't tolerate any delays when it comes to implementing projects aimed at lifting Namibians out of poverty. And as Governor Muharukwa outlined, that would require education to be modernized and expanded. That would require engagements with stakeholders. That would require all other requirements that the expectation, to make sure that the expectations of the president and the central government are met at the regional level as well as on the central government level. Well, that was as we end the production here at State House with the appointment of 7 new regional governors for the 7 regions. And from us here at State House, goodbye.